Now, here's today's headlines with the Fox Morning Show.
On 107.9, The Fox.
Good morning to you.
And good morning to you.
Who wants a piece of pie?
Who wants the first piece of that pie, huh?
Pie for breakfast.
Is this pie homemade?
Pie, so good.
This pie is fantastic.
I'm sorry, the pie is terrible.
Well, you know what they say.
Beauty is in the pie of the beholder.
Say what?
Beauty is in the pie of the beholder.
Nobody says that.
Happy National Pie Day.
It's showtime.
Oh, I say it if you're holding a pie.
All right.
What's your favorite pie? If you is pumpkin considered a fruit pie?
Oh, I would think so.
I would think so too.
Yeah,
It's not
but it's still a
vegetable
pie,
It's
right?
disgusting.
Right, it's not vegetable pie. But it's pie day, so it doesn't matter if it's fruit or not, right?
Fruit? No, it could be chocolate. It could be, cream pie.
And there's so many to pick from. But, my go-to is usually apple, right?
I love apple.
Yeah.
But I love blueberry. I love,
But
I say I like pecan pie, but it's just so damn sweet anymore. It's like, eek.
I've had some that are really good, and I've had some that I'm like, ooh.
You can kill it.
Yeah.
Way too sweet.
But, we used to go over to Village Inn because it was over by our house.
Uh-huh.
And they had so many great pies. And I would always order the
Pie
strawberry
Wednesday.
rhubarb.
Yeah.
That was my
That's
fave.
a good one, too.
Yeah.
Yep, that's tough. Rhubarb pie, that's probably what I would pick, too. Strawberry rhubarb.
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. All right. Now, damn it,
that's
one
out of the
pie.
way.
Wow.
But it's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. We made it through Monday, and that Fox forecast, man, just keeps getting better and better. That high today, near 30. How about that? Mid-30s by tomorrow. And I saw one of the local meteorologists last night say within the next 10 days, 40s. 40s.
I saw that, too.
Yeah.
I can reconfirm that.
That's your complete Fox forecast, which can be found anytime at 1079thefox.com. We got 21 at 6:02.
You believe this? 23rd day already of our new year. Here's what's shaking in the corner of our globe on a Tuesday. Governor Doug Burgum announced yesterday he won't seek a third term as governor, which will wrap up this December 14th. He was elected to serve as North Dakota's 33rd governor in November of 2016. Took office that December. He was reelected to a second term in November of 2020. Sanitation rates are going to go up March 1st in West Fargo. Heads up, city commissioners voted 4-1 in favor of raising the rates last night. Rates are increasing 17% this year, and rate increases are forecast for the next 4 years. City leaders say costs are going up and they have to pay for those things somehow. They add that they can't keep operating in the red on that.
Yeah.
Police officers in Dilworth to receive recruitment and retention bonuses. The city council voted unanimously to approve recruitment and retention bonuses in an effort to stay competitive in the region. Newly hired officers will receive a one-time recruitment incentive lump sum payment in the amount of about $1,000, paid the first day of the first full pay period, following the time of successful completion of your training period. Instacart released a report on our hot sauce preferences. Wasn't that yesterday? Hot sauce day?
Yeah.
Well, they're a day late and $1 short on this story. They found that Frank's Red Hot is the most popular in the Northeast.
Okay.
That's my choice.
Yeah, Frank's
I like
is good.
Frank's. It's got flavor. Yeah. I mean, I like Tabasco, but Frank's has got some magic in there. Louisiana hot sauce. And Texas Pete is big in the South. Those are both good. And Tapatio is preferred out west.
Okay,
I like that one, too.
Yeah, I do, too. I like them all, man.
Yeah, man, there ain't one I don't like. That is exactly right. And they all have different flavors.
Yeah.
That's what I like about that.
Yep.
The states with the biggest craving for heat are New Mexico
Sure.
and North Dakota.
Really?
Yep, we're the top two. Isn't
Wow.
that cool? Yeah. That's why I brought the story up, damn it.
Yeah, again,
We rock.
They must not have asked my son because he's the one, again, that finds ketchup sometimes.
All of my
spicy.
kids love heat. Yeah. Here's some rando facts for you. Hooters got its name from a Steve Martin comedy routine.
Really?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I didn't know.
And the only capital in the world that has a border with two countries is Bratislava, Slovakia.
Okay,
Get the hell out of there.
Where is that? Because I don't remember fighting for that piece on Risk.
Slovakia.
Okay.
It's over there. What by Poland?
Oh,
South
yeah,
of
sure.
Poland,
Yeah. Now I'm picturing it.
It's Central Europe. You just give it away. No one ever holds that. For the fourth year in a row, Chicago tops Orkin's list of the cities with the most bed bugs. Chicago.
Ew.
Don't act surprised.
Right.
New York City came in second, followed by Philadelphia.
Ah.
Yeah, that's oof. Yuck.
Yeah.
And finally, a Brazilian college student thought he'd been hit by a rock.
Yeah?
Turned out he'd been shot.
Ooh.
Partied for several days, not knowing there was a bullet lodged in his brain.
No way.
Yeah, he's now being aggressively recruited by Arizona State. So that's pretty cool.
Dude, that's very heavy metal.
Yeah, check it out. Put a little flour in there. Nice. Very
So metal.
fancy. Very. All right. There's your news for right now. You're up to date.
Hey, coming up this morning, the real reason why the Packers lost their playoff game to the 49ers, plus another chance to win tickets to Hairball at 7:35. We've got to look at that scoreboard for you next in sports.
Towns finishes with 62, but the Hornets come into Target Center and steal the victory.
Absolutely unexcusable to lose a game like that where your top guy, Karl Anthony Towns, scores a franchise record 62 points.
How about that?
And you still lose to a bad team. This wasn't even a good team.
That's a bitter pill.
128-125 your final last night. As you heard there, Towns had a chance to tie it, to send it to overtime, and missed it. But the Hornets picked up just their 10th win with that win last night. Their 10th. The Wolves got 30.
Aye.
This is one of the worst teams in the NBA.
What's up?
The coach said, quote, "It was an absolute disgusting performance of defense and immature basketball all through the game." That was from their own coach.
Wow.
Not happy at all. You know they took him lightly.
Yeah, didn't take him seriously at all.
No.
Probably didn't look at any game reel or nothing. No.
They get a chance to redeem
Lazy,
themselves.
man.
Yeah, exactly. The Wolves back on the hardwood tomorrow against the Wizards. Dang it. How'd you let that one get away? Meanwhile, there's a woman that called 911 after her aunt texted her, quote, "I'm having a heart attack," unquote. So a few minutes later, of course, the Madison Fire Department pulled up to the aunt's home, and the aunt, 100% alive and well, came out smiling and said that it had all been a misunderstanding. She apologized to the EMTs and paramedics, saying she didn't realize that her words would be taken seriously. No, it turns out she didn't mean it literally. She's a Packers fan, and she was just stressed about the NFL playoff game against the 49ers. And, of course, the 49ers did come back from behind to eliminate the Packers, and so when she did actually have a heart attack, nobody showed up. Now, she had a heartbreak, but no heart attack.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. You might want to double check. Like, if somebody tells you that, right?
Yes. Yes.
Before you call 911.
Important safety rule.
Yikes. Speaking of the 49ers, they got some relatively good news yesterday about Deebo Samuel and his injury. He suffered Saturday night against the Packers. He doesn't have a fracture in the shoulder.
Oh, that's good.
Right. So there's about a 50% chance, though, that he'll play against the line. I can't believe he'd sit out if it's not broken, but I understand it might be hurting and it might be kind of sprained, but this is the right to go to the Super Bowl, man.
You got a chance you could finish the job and break it really bad, but, right.
Right. Meanwhile, the Detroit Lions have signed a contract with veteran tight end Zach Ertz following an injury to their tight end Brock Wright. Boy, Zach has been around the league all of a sudden. He bounced around to a few teams. So the Lions and 49ers, that's the second game there on Sunday for the NFC Championship. And then the first game of the day will be the Chiefs and the Ravens for the AFC Championship with kickoff at 2 p.m. that afternoon. Tonight on TV, we've got the Wild hosting the Caps. The Wild playing some good hockey again, so looking forward to that. That's your Fox Sports. That Fox forecast again, pushing 30 today, mid-30s tomorrow, and within the next 10 days, we could see 40s. Boy, that Fox forecast looks good. Check it out for yourself at 1079thefox.com. 21 now at 6:12.
So coming up, do you save instructions for everything? And, well, if you do, where do you keep them? Let us know on our Facebook page at 1079thefox.com.
Now here's the Fox Morning Show.
107.9 The Fox.
So, dude, everybody seems like they got, okay, first of all, a junk drawer, okay? But do you have a drawer just for manuals or the manuals that came with whatever you bought? This was another thing this past weekend. I'm like, man, we haven't had this toaster for 10 years. We got a manual in here.
Oh, and you found the manual.
Yeah, on a toaster. I think I can handle it.
That's funny you say that. I have a Black & Decker electric screwdriver that I got years and years ago.
Oh, man, I think I might have had one once upon a time. Is it almost cylindrical shaped, right? It doesn't look like a gun.
No.
Mine doesn't. Mine's a little smaller than a Pringles can.
Yeah, exactly. And
looks like a marital device.
It does. I was trying to come up with a nice way of saying it, but yes, it looks like a
It's like a massager that you get from the magazine.
And, of course, it has a few attachments as well.
It's got vacuuming, polishing.
And it hangs in the garage on a charger.
Okay.
Been there since we moved into the house, and I had it years prior to that even.
Probably old enough that you're afraid to take it off the charger because it's not going to work. It's only going to work if it's on the charger.
And it does have that lock mode in case it isn't charged. So you can use it that way once it's if it's in lock
so
mode.
the chuck is locked.
Yeah.
So you can use it manually.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, mine did too.
Yeah.
I had the same one. It was dumb.
And I was going through our one of two junk drawers.
Right up there with my mechanical, the electric hammer that I have. You ever had an electric hammer?
I can't say that I have an electric
Lord
hammer.
in heaven.
Anyway, I saw that manual and thought to myself immediately, why do I need instructions on how to run a screwdriver, an electric screwdriver?
You're right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying about the toaster. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even, all this stuff. I'm like, I don't need this. I've never looked at those manuals once. Every one of them. All 614 of them.
Well, and it's interesting because nowadays, if you honestly need a manual for something, you can Google it.
You go online. You get you get you get everything. You get the breakdown of the creator's birth. You get
You can have it in any language you want it.
Whatever you want.
Well, we asked this on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com. Do you have instructions for everything? And if so, where do you keep them? And we've got a lot of listeners who are in the same boat as us, Dave.
Yeah.
We'll come back and talk about those as well.
Now, here's the Fox Morning Show.
107.9 The Fox.
All right, on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com, do you save instructions for everything? And if so, where do you keep them? A lot of our listeners responded by saying the same thing that we already talked about. They keep them in their junk drawer.
Yeah, can barely open it, says Angela. Nathan keeps his on top of the fridge.
Well, there you go. But
Melissa says YouTube.
Perfect. That's where you should probably keep them nowadays, or on Google.
Curtis moved on to a filing cabinet. He used to have a junk drawer. Now he's got a 5-drawer filing cabinet.
Got a whole entire room dedicated to manuals.
Scotty says they're circular filed. Okay. Completely agree.
Yeah.
86 it. Get rid of them.
Right? Yeah. Barb says that she has instructions for outside things like her mower, her snowblower, inside appliances, and she keeps them in her file along with, I guess, in her basement.
Yeah, in the mower. If I don't know how to run the mower, I'll have a friend come over and hit me in the head with ball-peen hammers, so I'll remember. It's a mower.
Hey.
It's a single-stroke mower.
Yeah.
I can pretty much handle this thing.
Lance says, I saved them all on Google.com, which then it brought up Google.com.
Of course, the minute you throw one away, you need it.
Well,
so
yeah.
Isn't that why we keep them, right?
Mm-hmm. Patrick said a plastic box. I assume he meant like a tote or something.
Or a garbage can.
And Michelle says she doesn't have instructions, but she should.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying too, Michelle. The minute you get rid of a manual, you're gonna have a question. But that's why God made YouTube, right? Sit and watch the video anyway.
All right. Once again, do you save instructions for everything? And if so, where do you keep them? Leave that on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com.
This is the Fox Morning Show.
Now trending.
Now, here's what's trending on 107.9 The Fox.
Dave, have you ever watched the TV show on PBS, Finding Your Roots?
Yes.
Well, none other than the Red Rocker, Sammy Hagar, is going to make an appearance on an upcoming episode. And he found out this.
Sammy, this chart shows the total number of men found with the surname Hagar who match your Y DNA signature.
0. How can that be?
Sammy, genetically, you are not a Hagar.
Get out of here.
You want to find out what your real biological surname is?
Yes.
What I'm about to introduce you to is 100% certain, because you are not a Hagar. Please turn the page.
I'm a belcher?
You are a belcher.
Oh, my God.
Your Y DNA matches 27 men with the surname Belcher.
Wow.
You are Sammy Belcher.
What a trip.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like
Sammy's mind was just blown.
I would imagine so. Did he call his mom and have her explain what the hell's going on?
Right.
Who the hell's Belcher,
Right.
Mom?
Yeah. Yeah, weird.
Wow.
I've never watched this show, but it sounds fascinating.
It is fascinating. I think I've seen Samuel L. Jackson's been on that show. There's been a lot of big names on there.
All right.
It's every time it's fascinating.
Now I want to test it.
I think I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know my mom.
Yeah, my mom. I'm sure there's stories.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories we probably don't know about our parents.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, it was the swinging 60s, man. Who knows? Yeah, ring-a-ding.
Those key parties, remember those?
Yeah. I remember hearing about him. So he's a Belcher.
Yeah, that's
You watch
weird.
Bob's Burgers?
No.
Their last name's Belcher, so that's awesome. Yeah.
Well, there's that.
Yeah,
but
Red Rocker Burgers. You should do it.
Sammy Belcher. I can't drive 55.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just doesn't have the same ring.
I know, no. Unless you can burp the alphabet, then that's cool. You are a Belcher. Yeah, as a matter of fact, if you want to catch that episode, that's tonight at 7 o'clock on PBS.
Yeah, Finding Your Roots.
We're your home for the Bison and #1 for classic rock that really rocks. 107.9 The Fox. Now, here's today's headlines with the Fox Morning Show.
On 107.9 The Fox.
Good morning to you.
And good morning to you.
Who wants a piece of pie? Who wants the first piece of that pie, huh?
Pie for breakfast.
Is this pie homemade?
Pie is so good.
This pie is fantastic.
I'm sorry, the pie is terrible.
Well, you know what they say.
Beauty is in the pie of the beholder.
Say what? Beauty is in the pie of the beholder.
Nobody says that.
Happy National Pie Day.
Showtime.
I'll eat a pie right now.
Yeah. Bring it home.
I like blueberry pie. I don't think it's a pie I don't like.
Yeah,
Like maybe mud pie with crayons in it and stuff that the kids made. Oh,
Right.
No, it's good. But I'm lying. Not good.
It's not good. No, mud pies are not good.
No.
But I'll eat it.
No, the best I've had.
This is good, that Fox forecast, as we get close to 30 for the high mark today, mid-30s tomorrow, and man, it's out there a little ways, but within the next 10 days, we're going to hit 40s. I don't know what's going on.
I'm in no rush. As long as it can stay in the 30s till we get there,
right?
You bet it can stay like this till March and then get nice.
Well, think about that. So within the next 10 days, we hit the 40s. That puts us into February.
That's right.
And really, February is usually our last hardcore winter month, right?
That's science.
Yeah.
Except for tournament storms in March.
Well, yeah, there's that. I mean, there's the chance of the snow, but usually not a chance of deep freeze temperature.
Stupid cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're due.
Yeah.
We've hadn't had a nice winter in a while. I'm not going to complain.
No. It's all there for you. That full Fox forecast at 1079thefox.com. We're sitting at 21 now at 7:05.
Welcome to it, the 23rd day of the new year. Here's what's shaking on our corner of the globe. Happy Tuesday. Governor Doug Burgum announced Monday he's not going to seek a third term as governor, and it will conclude on December 14th, 2024. He was elected to serve as North Dakota's 33rd governor in November of 2016, took office on December 15th of 2016, and then he was reelected to a second term in November of 2020. Sanitation rates are going up March 1st in West Fargo. City commissioners voted 4-1 in favor of raising the rates last night. They're increasing 17% this year, and then rate increases are forecast for 2025 through 28. City leaders say costs are going up, and they've got to pay for these things somehow. They can't keep operating in the red. Fargo cops in Dilworth are receiving recruitment and retention bonuses. The City Council voted unanimously to approve that. Newly hired officers will receive a one-time recruitment incentive lump sum payment in the amount of $1,000 paid the first day of the first full pay period following the time of successful completion of the training program. Instacart released a report on our hot sauce preferences and found that Frank's Red Hot is the most popular in the Northeast.
Frank it up.
I love Frank's. Louisiana hot sauce, Texas Pete, big in the South. Tapatio is preferred out west. And the states with the biggest craving for heats are New Mexico and right here in North Dakota.
I am a bit surprised that Tabasco didn't land number one somewhere.
I think that's... Yeah, I completely agree because Louisiana hot sauce is its own brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's all good. It's all good.
I love Tabasco.
Oh,
it's got its own flavor.
Yeah, I like the Verde one a lot.
The green.
Yeah.
You bet. Yep. Authorities in Texas are searching for 3 dudes that are calling the Three Stooges. They were involved in robbing a Popeyes. Surveillance footage shows them stumbling over each other as they stormed in.
Oh, man. Wow. If you and I were to rob a Popeyes, we'd probably look the same way. Just like,
Spread out, you guys.
Chicken everywhere.
And finally, the U.S. continues to experience record cold down to the south, at least. Mm-hmm. Have you seen the weather map down there?
Oh, yeah.
It's as close as Texas is ever going to get to being a blue state right now. There's your news right now. You're up to date.
All right, coming up this morning still, we got another chance for you to win tickets to Hairball at 7:35. And that real reason why the Packers lost back there on Saturday night in their playoff game to the Niners, that's coming up here shortly. We do have some real NFL news for you coming up next.
Towns hits the 3. Here's Towns for 3. Towns. Turnaround hook for 60. Over to Towns. Fires from the logo, no good. Towns finishes with 62. But the Hornets come into Target Center and steal the victory.
What the hell is going on out there? How does the guy score 62
and lose?
And we lose against a really bad team. That was only their 10th win of the season last night. The Hornets come in to our town and beat the best in the West.
Yep.
You know why?
We
didn't take them serious. They didn't take them serious. They didn't play defense.
Thought it was a high school team coming.
Yeah, and they lost last night to the Hornets, 128-125. The T-Wolves coach not happy. He said, quote, "It was an absolute disgusting performance of defense and immature basketball all through the game." Crack the whip, coach.
Good, let him have it.
That hurts. The Wolves are back on the hardwood tomorrow at the Wizards. Meanwhile, we got a woman in Wisconsin who called 911 after her aunt texted, quote, "I'm having a heart attack."
Oh, my God.
So just a few minutes later, the Madison Fire Department pulled up to the aunt's home, and the aunt, 100% alive and well, went out smiling and said that it had all been a misunderstanding. She apologized to the EMTs and paramedics, saying she didn't realize that her words would be taken seriously.
I didn't realize my niece was an idiot.
Right? She probably double-check on that. Are you really having a heart attack, Auntie?
And if you're texting, make sure you know that, like heart attack, the Billy Joel thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then ...
Yeah, she was, or still is, I assume, but she's a Packers fan, and she was stressed about the game Saturday night against the Niners. And then the 49ers did come back from behind to eliminate the Packers, and she did have a heart attack. She texted that out, and by then nobody believed her, and so no one came.
Nope. She's still there to this day, all dried up, clutching her chest.
The Niners, speaking of, got some relatively good news yesterday about the injury of Deebo Samuel, who suffered a shoulder injury against the Pack on Saturday night. Well, it doesn't seem to be fractured, so that's the good news. The bad news, he's only like a 50-50 chance of playing in the NFC Championship game against the Lions. They're a different team without that guy. You know what I mean? Deebo Samuel's a huge part of that offense of theirs. So without him, I don't know. The Lions, I think, have a real good chance. They also signed a contract with veteran tight end Zach Ertz following an injury to their tight end Brock Wright. So Zach now a Lion. Yeah. So that Lions-49ers game, that'll be the second game on Sunday for the NFC Championship game. It all starts on Sunday with the Chiefs at the Ravens for the AFC Championship at 2 p.m. Hey, tonight on TV, the Wild, who've been playing a lot better lately, won their third the other night in the last 4 games that they played. They got the Caps at home. That's your Fox Sports. That Fox forecast again, near 30 today, jumping into the mid-30s by tomorrow. That full Fox forecast anytime at 1079thefox.com. We're up a couple degrees from last hour. It's 23 now. It's 7:15.
Well, if you have a heart condition, don't listen, because we got the real reason why the Packers lost a playoff game to the Niners. That's coming up.
Now, here's the Fox Morning Show.
On 107.9 The Fox.
Well, look who's here. Well. Ains Penander, wizard extraordinaire.
Our very own witch doctor.
Where's your stupid robe?
Oh, you don't like my attire today,
No,
Dave?
I do.
Interesting.
You look sharp, man.
Well, you're lucky I came in at all. So.
I was going to say that. Now, we had you on last week, and I didn't know until last week that you're also a huge Packers fan.
Right.
And so I compliment you for facing the music, coming in and talking to us about that heartbreaker your Packers suffered back there on Saturday night. Now, what happened? You said you had a certain love potion that guaranteed a win.
Yeah, you said some pretty hurtful things, too. You're a bad friend.
Dave, listen, it's not personal, but as you guys know, with the witch doctoring, sometimes things can go awry, and I don't know what it was with this particular potion, but obviously it did not work. Saturday night, it's just...
No, it
you
was
think
like...
it was because it was the quarterback was love, and it kind of bounced back? A love potion?
I think it might have been. There's one ingredient in particular I did it kind of add on top, and I think that might have been what done it.
What was the ingredient?
Yeah.
The bull semen.
It was bull semen.
It
wasn't bull semen, but it was
not.
You know, I'll
Okay.
tell you what.
Just a guess.
You're half right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, most of this is bull.
It felt as if, because the comparisons have been there all season long, that your new quarterback is much like your guys' old quarterback. And
That's
I
what they're
felt
saying.
as if he did channel his inner Brett Favre by throwing across his body into triple coverage when they needed him the most. He threw an interception.
Well, you know what
Explain
they say.
that, wizard.
And I know you, as Vikings fan, know this all too well. But you know the old saying: anytime you can throw it into triple coverage when the game's on the line, you got to do it. You have to. So it's a familiar feeling, like you say, Moose. It's just,
Now, I heard some call it a rookie mistake, but he's not a rookie.
well, technically no, but it is his first season starting, Moose, so we like to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Now, I did see that the Packers have already mentioned they are going to pay him and pay him well.
Yeah,
Are you a fan
absolutely.
of that?
Yeah. I'm not going to let one play, really determine my feelings. Dave, it goes unchanged. He's, I believe, already a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and that I know my other witch doctors in the witch doctor community feel the same way.
Are all witch doctors Packer fans?
Historically, yes.
Well, they are the oldest franchise, so I understand.
Am I the only witch doctor you guys know?
Well, yeah.
The only one that speaks English.
Oh, sure.
I'm a little down on my Swahili.
Now, hold on. I got another important question for you. Something I noticed last week when you were here. So we'll come back and talk about that.
You're listening to the Fox Morning Show.
Coming up next, Dave's Deep Thought.
107.9 The Fox. And now it's time for Dave's Deep Thought with your radio pal, Dave Jacobs.
On 107.9 The Fox.
You know, it's time to clean your screen when you start confusing dirt with punctuation.
Dave's Deep Thought.
107.9 The Fox. Now here's the Fox Morning Show.
107.9 The Fox.
Our wizard in the house, Ains Penander, back in the house. Hey!
Yeah, our very own witch doctor.
You bet.
I want to ask this, too, as a witch doctor. Are you superstitious?
Just a little stitious.
You have to be.
Right, I
Just
would think
okay,
so.
So you're medium stitious.
And see, and I noticed this last week when you were in.
Yeah.
You had a different bone in your nose. Did you change out your bone?
No, that's his finger.
Well, you've only seen me on Fridays historically. Now this is, of course, my Tuesday boner.
This is your Tuesday boner.
You know how some people have labeled underwear for the day of the week. It's
you
like
got a different bone for each day of the week.
Exactly. I also wear a bone as my underwear are made
Does
of
the
bones.
back of this say juicy? The back of your bone?
Well, come take a look. Why don't you, Dave?
So, come the weekend, do you have a different bone for Saturday and Sunday, or just one for the whole weekend?
Generally, the weekend bones are the same.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
you
shower on weekends?
Dave, witch doctors don't shower.
Don't shower
I
at
thought
all.
you knew
You're
that.
like Brad Pitt.
In a way. In a way.
Brad Pitt doesn't shower?
Apparently.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't you know that?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so stinky.
Yep.
Stinky
Big
moose.
old bone in his nose.
Yeah. Well, no, I going back to your question, I do believe that you pay Jordan Love, you pay him handsomely, and you keep him around so he can continue to break our hearts for years to come.
Well, you guys are used to that. I mean, I know you got a couple trophies, but you have to admit
there's more heartbreak than
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
you're right.
Yeah.
And I know you feel the same way, although it's not quite the same because
It's more bitterness on my end.
Hey, we know exactly like where Bills fans are. Watching that field goal go wide right, or as in Vikings.
97 all over again.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Well, ours went wide left.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
It's the yin and yang of NFL.
yeah,
Sure.
And-
it all evens out. That's the witch doctorship at work. Yeah.
absolutely,
And then years later, Blair Walsh.
Yeah.
Wide left.
Yeah.
See, and now this is the second time for Bills fans to see their kick go wide right.
That's tough. And I didn't watch any, I'll be honest, I did not watch a single second of football after we lost.
Okay.
But we did have a wide left situation ourselves. And speaking of that kicker, you probably won't be hearing much about him going forward after we get...
Is that
After us
something-
witch doctors get our hands on him.
Anybody else on the team that just might not be back?
Well, let me think here. Yeah, there's a laundry list.
Oh.
The right tackle, the guy that came in for the right tackle there at the end of the
Okay.
game, he won't be spending many more holidays with his family. I'll tell
All
you
of
that.
a sudden, ACL, MCL, torn.
Sure, yeah. Well, that's what we'll go with for the
Thanks for
record.
the walleye.
How about that Jair Alexander guy? Do you like him?
I do like him. I do. I know the
Did you guys pay for that name? That's a big name.
Jair Alexander?
Is it Jair?
It's Jair, yeah.
Jair.
It's actually a witchcraft name. It's one of the more
This
popular.
smells like witchcraft to me. It does.
No, I love him. It's one of those guys that, when he's one of your own, you like him. But I
Okay.
can see where other people may not.
Yeah.
So a little holy water on his face. That'll take care of business right there.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
He'll be bleeding.
Yeah. And all of a sudden he's grasping at his eyes because he can't see through his double eyes.
Wow. Better luck next year. That's a famous saying, as Viking fans say.
Yes,
next year.
Stay it with us. Yes.
Next
Better
season.
luck. We'll get him next time.
That's right. Absolutely. And I hope to see you guys again. It's been a pleasure.
I don't believe you. It's good to see our buddy Abe Fernandez.
One and only witch doctor that we know.
Good morning to you.
And good morning to you.
Who wants a piece of pie? Who wants the first piece of that pie, huh?
Pie for breakfast.
Is this pie homemade?
Pie is so good. This pie is fantastic.
I'm sorry, the pie is terrible.
Well, you know what they say.
Beauty is in the pie of the beholder.
Say what? Beauty is in the pie of the beholder.
Nobody says that.
Happy National Pie Day.
Showtime.
Well, maybe people do say that.
Maybe they do.
I would say it's a good, true statement.
If our weather was pie, I'd say it's a cherry pie.
Oh, my God.
Because this is, well,
it's cherry.
It's a cherry. With our daytime high pushing 30 today, mid-30s by tomorrow, and within the next 10 days, we will see 40s, man. Wow.
Hey, bring it.
That full Fox forecast anytime at 1079thefox.com. We've got 23 right now at 8:03.
Welcome to it. 23rd day of January in the new year. Here's what's shaking in our corner of the globe. Happy Tuesday. And Governor Burgum announces he will not seek a third term. He dropped out of the presidential race last month. He was elected to serve as North Dakota's 33rd governor back in November of 2016 and reelected to a second term in 2020.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll latch on to Trump. And
I'm sure
his
that's
team.
why he's hanging it up. So
There's some rumors about that,
yeah, there are a lot of those guys are.
Yeah.
Sanitation rates are going to go up on March 1st in West Fargo. City commissioners voted 4-1 in favor of raising the rates last night. Rates are increasing 17% this year. Rate increases are forecast for 2025 through 2028 on the West Fargo City website. You can see that all there. City leaders say costs are going up. They got to pay for these things somehow. They can't keep operating in the red.
No,
so
can't do that.
Can't do that.
Higher costs always suck.
Well,
right?
It's never easy.
No.
Seems like they never go down.
No.
They sure do go up.
Yeah.
Well, police officers in Dilworth are going to receive recruitment and retention bonuses in an effort to stay competitive in the region. City Council voted yesterday unanimously to approve the bonuses. Newly hired officers will receive a one-time recruitment incentive lump sum payment in the amount of $1,000, paid the first day of the first full pay period, following the time of successful completion of the training program, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, how about a separate check so I don't get dicked on my taxes? I hate that. Yeah. Here's good news, I guess. A new study out of MIT has found that we may not lose our jobs to robots and AI anytime soon.
Okay.
But yes, down the line, probably.
What?
Right?
They're going to replace us?
Yep.
Well,
yep. Cracking jokes about Pi Day.
Yeah, easy to replace.
Yep. Chris Christie, Ellen. Ha, 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 ha.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we've got buttons we have to push, too. I'm just saying. Real buttons, not people's buttons.
Right. Well, but we managed to do both. So,
so do you think the AI can do that?
I know it's pushing my buttons right now.
I suppose so.
A new survey asked Americans if they would prefer a job they love or a high-paying job.
Yeah.
And 66%, or about 2 in 3, say they'd rather have a fun job.
Well,
gotta love what you're doing, right?
Yeah, but you also got to put food on your table.
Yeah, you can't do it for free.
No.
Like here.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we work for food.
Yeah, well, say that's our one form of, yeah. And we bring it home for a family need. Here's some more good news stories for you. The biggest cruise ship in the world just got chief dog officer. So that's fun.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if you can bring dogs on now.
Yeah.
He was going to clean up after the chief dog officer.
Oh, there's that.
Up on the poop deck.
Yeah.
And a 101-year-old woman in Florida says the secret to her longevity is drink all the booze you can drink.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Chicago is the worst U.S. city on Orkin's bed bug list. They still come in second to the Bears and the things that suck in Chicago. And the new season of The Bachelor premiered last night. I'm sure you tuned in, didn't you?
No, but my wife recorded it.
Oh, she didn't.
She did. She goes, I just like the first few days. I just like to see who they have.
The first episode is just a new guy finding Ben Gay and generic Viagra all over the place. Found out the mansion got reverse mortgaged. He's got to move out. The bank's here.
Yikes.
That's your news for right
Trouble
now.
in paradise.
You are caught up.
All right, your headlines brought to you by JDP Electric. There's only one place you should trust with your home electrical needs, and that's JDP Electric. Call 232-1991 today to experience the JDP difference. What you can watch for today in sports. Next.
Turnaround hook for 60. Over to Towns. Fires from the logo. No good. Towns finishes with 62. But the Hornets come into Target Center and steal the victory.
Oh, man.
I guess it needed to be 65 or something.
Yep, that was totally unacceptable. Yeah, Towns did everything last night, but hit that last three-pointer at least to tie it, to send it to overtime. The Hornets, who are bad. They're just bad. That was their 10th win. That's it for the season. Their 10th win of the season last night.
The best in the West.
Yeah, taking on the best in the West, the T-Wolves with 30 wins already, and they lose to the Hornets 128-125. The coach last night said it was an absolute disgusting performance of defense and immature basketball all through the game. He's not happy. I wouldn't be either.
Nope.
You took him way too lightly.
Nobody did their job on this. Thought it was a shoe-in.
Yeah.
Lazy. They're just lazy.
Hopefully they get back into the win column tomorrow night. They're at the Wizards, though, so they have to hit the road.
You go get some nuggies, you'll feel better.
Speaking of football, there's a woman that called 911 after her aunt texted her, quote, "I'm having a heart attack." So just a few minutes later, the Madison Fire Department pulled up to the aunt's home, and the aunt, 100% alive and well, came out smiling and said that it all had been a misunderstanding. She apologized to the EMTs and paramedics, saying she didn't realize that her words would be taken seriously. Yeah, I do feel as if the woman should have double-checked with her aunt.
I would have done that too.
Before
or at least
you call
followed up.
911,
Or
right.
at least followed up. Yeah,
Yeah.
at least followed up.
Because
right.
it turns out she didn't mean it literally. She's a Packers fan, and she was just stressed about the playoff game against the Niners the other night.
So she had the fellas in for a couple of beers, and we all laughed about it.
As they watched the Niners come back and beat the Packers and eliminate them from the season. So, yeah.
That's the part we were laughing about.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, speaking of the 49ers, they got some relatively good news yesterday about Deebo Samuel, who suffered a shoulder injury Saturday night against the Pack. Well, it turns out it's not a fracture, but he's still only 50% good to go in their matchup against the Lions on Sunday. So we'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile,
what happens.
Yeah, the Lions have signed a contract with veteran tight end Zach Ertz following an injury to their other tight end, Brock Wright. So there's that. The Lions and 49ers hook up Sunday in the second game for the NFC Championship and, of course, the right to go to Super Bowl 58. Meanwhile, it all starts on Sunday with the Chiefs at the Ravens, which I think is going to be the better game. I kind of feel like that might even be the Super Bowl right there, the Chiefs and the Ravens. The Ravens are so good, and I feel as if Patrick Mahomes will give them a good fight.
Yeah.
If not beat them, but right now.
One of them's going.
One of them's going. So that'll be the first game on Sunday for the AFC Championship. Kickoff at 2. Tonight on TV, the Wild, who are playing a lot better. They're a little healthier, and they're hosting the Caps. They won their last 3 of their last 4, so go Wild. That's your Fox Sports. That Fox forecast again pushing 30 today. Mid-30s tomorrow, 40s within the next 10 days. That full Fox forecast at 1079thefox.com. 25 now at 8:13.
Well, another new AI feature. You got Admiral Akbar over there going, it's a trap. But no, is it good or is it bad? We'll talk about it coming up.
Now, here's the Fox Morning Show.
107.9 The Fox.
Hey, Farley's in the house.
Hello, hello.
Coffee's hot. I think there might be some left, buddy. Thanks for getting up and coming in early.
You bet, no problem.
Hey, where are you at with AI, artificial intelligence? Are you for or against artificial intelligence?
I honestly don't know yet. I think there's a lot of creepy things about it.
Yeah.
When you can't tell if it's actually the real person or not,
right? Yeah.
of them talking or whatever. But as far as like helping us do certain things, it might be okay.
So see, Dave and I have been keeping a pro and con list.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that same boat as you. Yeah, it can be abused easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Well, it can fall into the wrong hands and be used for evil.
Yeah, sure can, dude. Yeah.
Well, I think this one actually makes the pro list. Google is teasing some new AI-powered search feature, and it's possible that we can finally get close to being able to hold our phones up to something, and it will just tell us what it is, in case there's something out there. You know, maybe you're into bird watching, or maybe you are one of those that goes on nature hikes and you see a plant and you're like, what is that?
Oh, I'm all about something like that.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're peeking in through a bathroom window. What kind of bathroom window is that?
Yeah, right.
What a nice window.
What are those?
That would actually be something helpful.
Right?
Quality window.
Yeah, right. I think this, lands on the pro list. This seems like something good.
I think that could be cool, you know. Yeah. If you're too stupid to figure it out for yourself, what it is.
Right. Well, there are some of those things.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Again, those things that I mentioned. I don't know what else, though. What else would there be? I wonder if you held it up to a car. Because there are times where I'm like, oh, that's got to be a 67 or a 68.
Oh, I see. Because you don't want to post something like that on social media and all your car friends will mock you for the rest of your life because you didn't know it was a 67. You thought it was a 66, and you're a moron because they didn't even make those in 66.
Right? Can't you tell by the flare on the rear?
Yeah, what a dumbass. Why don't you get one of those AI things so I can tell you how to think?
Maybe eventually we'll be able to hold the phone up to people and it'll say dumbass or not.
Yeah. I don't need AI for that.
I'm going to scan you quick.
Scan you quick. Hold it. Stay still.
Stop.
I knew it.
This conversation's over.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.